Your Excellency, Ambassador Kessler, Honorable Commissioners of the ICMP, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by conveying greetings from Her Majesty Queen Noor, one of the commissioners of the ICMP, who had hoped to be with us this evening, but was obliged to change her plans at the last minute. Along with my fellow commissioners, she assures you that she stands resolutely behind the initiative to ensure cooperation in accounting for missing migrants and regrets that she could not be here today. Some of our panelists this evening will share with us their direct experiences of the migration crisis, not from the perspective of policymakers and others like us, but from the perspective of men, women, and children for whom this crisis has been life-changing. And I see a young man here from Gambia. I used to be a judge in the Gambia, and I know why young people would want to leave the Gambia. It is my privilege, and our privilege indeed, to listen to their experiences and to benefit from their examples of courage, solidarity, and hope. Courage, solidarity, and hope, however, will only have a compelling influence on events if they are allied with policy. And this is what makes the ICMP's profiles of the missing format so unique and so useful. These meetings bring together the disparate and yet complementary elements of policy and experience. The policymakers who are here with us today have the opportunity to listen to the voice of experience firsthand. At the same time, the representatives of families of the missing can identify ways in which policy can be made more relevant and more effective, and in some cases, more just. As an ICMP commissioner, and also from the perspective of my work as a judge at the International Criminal Court in The Hague, and as a commissioner in the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, I have witnessed firsthand the interplay between the rule of law and proper application of human rights. The benefits of steps taken by the international community acting together in this regard brings justice, even in the most difficult and not so promising circumstances. Today, across the Middle East and across Africa, huge numbers of people are on the move. They are fleeing violence and poverty, and their migration is accompanied by suffering and by systematic criminal exploitation. It is essential that we respond to the crisis with solidarity and compassion, and also with a robust approach that is firmly based on the rule of law. Most importantly, we should also recognize the gender aspect of the missing migrants issue. The majority of those who go missing are male, which means that female-headed households in countries of origin are struggling in the very difficult conditions that forced their husbands, fathers, or brothers to migrate in the first place. And this often happens in patriarchal societies. At the conference that was held by the ICMP this morning here in Rome, representatives of Cyprus, Greece, Italy, and Malta agreed to develop a joint process under which they will assess the capacity that already exists, for example, in terms of records and databases, and examine how these can be shared. They will also seek to improve ways of understanding how and why migrants go missing. They will study ways of enhancing the use of scientific methods and advanced data systems to identify the missing. And they will promote procedures that can help to uphold the rights of surviving relatives of the missing, including bringing perpetrators who prey on migrants, especially children who are missing in large numbers, to justice. It is entirely appropriate that this cooperative initiative was launched in Italy, which has been the front and center, literally, of the European encounter with mass migration. Italy, Greece, Cyprus, Malta, and other European countries are all grappling with this issue and developing appropriate responses. Just as the families of the missing migrants need our support, these countries also need our support to meet their obligations to secure the rights of surviving families. What we can try to do is to support strategies and measures that work, and in this way alleviate at least some of the burden that is being carried by these countries. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I would like, on behalf of the ICMP, to thank Ambassador Kessler in particular for generously hosting this evening's profiles of the missing, and the government of Switzerland for the support it has extended to the ICMP's Missing Migrants program. I would also like to highlight the invaluable cooperation that the ICMP and the Swiss Embassy, as co-organizers of this evening's event, have received from our partner, the International Organization for Migration. And I would also like to express the ICMP's profound thanks to the numerous civil society organizations that have helped to identify and secure the participation of our panelists this evening. These organizations work with dedication and courage, providing aid and maintaining a safety net for tens of thousands of vulnerable people. I would mention by name the Syrian Center for Media and Freedom of Expression, Migrants of the Mediterranean, YASDA, the Italian Coalition for Civil Liberties and Rights, and the Eritrean Initiative of Refugee Rights. Ladies and gentlemen, through the application of ideas that will be discussed here this evening, I believe that together we can make real progress in addressing the issue of missing migrants. I thank you very much for listening. Thank you.